Hello and welcome to Mostly Superheroes. I'm your host, Logan. This is a bonus episode coming at you here on Wednesday, July 7th. How you doing? Hope you had a happy 4th. We're back in the studio this week. Right now, this is a live reaction, a bonus episode, a feature, usually only for Patreon subscribers, usually only for the Mostly Superheroes Facebook group. This one is coming out to the public just because we are feeling fresh, feeling generous. And it's a live reaction of episode 5 of Loki on Disney+. Just came off the episode. It's here Wednesday morning in St. Louis, Missouri. It's 9:30 a.m. If you're curious, here in the basement, in the dungeon, preparing for an episode that we're about to record, number 28, with the Giggler. He's going to be here in the studio coming over later tonight, and we are going to be talking about episodes 1 through 5 of Loki to get us ready for the big season finale. So if you're not familiar at this point, Mostly Superheroes, new episodes come out every Monday. And yeah, that's when you can look forward to that one. So this coming Monday, July 12th, get ready for a full breakdown. Me and the Giggler talking about all of Loki in preparation for the big finale, which will take place next week. Wednesday, July 14th. Loki season finale, I'll call it. I'm not sure if it's a series finale. I think there's been talks of season 2. Not sure if that's going to happen. It's kind of up in the air at this point. But I want to talk about episode 5. This is a fresh take. It's going to be real quick. Little bonus episode for you to get you warmed up. We'll still have Logan's letter coming out this Friday if you haven't subscribed at mostlysuperheroes.com or joined the Mostly Superheroes squad on Facebook. That's free. Or if you want to become a Patreon patron, you can do that at mostlysuperheroes.com/Patreon. And you can get Logan's letter, our weekly love letter to the fans, exclusive content. Spoiler alert for episode 5 of Loki. What's the title of this thing? I didn't even look it up. Probably The Void, right? I mean, it was, so this episode, spoiler alert, we said it. We're talking about it. Just watch it this morning. First thing, as always, on Wednesdays. And I will say, this one was a lot more fun. Coming off fresh, a lot more fun than the last 2 episodes, talking about 3 and 4. Had a lot of action in this one, had a lot of tons of, you can't even call them Easter eggs anymore. The MCU is just full of things that you don't know if they matter, if these characters we meet, if we're going to see them again. But just to get it out of the way, we meet all of these Lokis. We got old Loki. We have a young Loki. We have, what was the third guy with the hammer? Either way, you get all these Lokis living in what we're calling the Void. And the title of the episode 5 of Loki, Journey into Mystery. Loki tries to escape the Void, a desolate purgatory where he meets variant versions of himself. That's straight from Disney+. Yeah, the episode clocked in at about 50 minutes. And, yeah, I mean, it's hard not to talk about how I'm feeling about the show overall while also talking about this episode. Don't want to get too deep with this being a fresh reaction, but the show has been a mix of emotions for this guy. I'm talking about me. The first episode, perfect. I call it perfect. Like, it was exactly what I wanted to see. Where's this Loki going to go? Ever since then, been feeling a little drawn out. I'm not going to lie, a little boring. A little convoluted, there's a lot going on, a lot of characters being introduced, and this whole question of who the TVA is, I get it. It's become what this series is about, is who was this big mastermind behind the TVA, and that's going to be the big reveal. Will there be a big battle? Will there be a discussion? That is exactly what episode 5 got us to, right? Just talking through the episode. We finally get some big action. 3 and 4, I'm going to just call them what they were. A little bit of filler. Yeah, you had big stuff that happened. I guess. 3 was not really anything. I mean, they're on Lamentus, and it starts on Lamentus and ends on Lamentus whenever they can't escape, and then they do escape. But we did learn about, these 2 Lokis creating a very epic Nexus event, meaning, our Loki, Tom Hiddleston's Loki, Sylvie, I think it's probably just easier to call her what she calls herself. They have this love moment on Lamentus that created a massive Nexus event. What's that mean? I don't know. I think whatever it means is the TVA or whoever's running the TVA is very scared of these 2 because they have maybe what it takes to get this done. Episode 4 was very much a filler event. And then the big reveal was, okay, snap Loki away. He's dead, air quotes. Mobius is dead. Okay, pick up in 5. They're in the void. What's the void? It's exactly what it says. It's the end of time, essentially. A place where everything can go. And then there's this big evil thing. I already forgot what they call it. Atlantis or something like that. Big purple monster cloud that eats up stuff when it gets there. All right, Loki meets the other Lokis. We got the President Loki. Remember that from the preview. This is one of those things that you thought was going to be a much bigger plot point, but wasn't. Similar to what they did with Tom Hiddleston and D.B. Cooper in the very first episode of this. You thought that him jumping out of a plane, being sucked up by the Bifrost. Oh, what episode will that be? Oh, it was just a flashback. This was a not even 5 minute, 3-minute little scene with an alternate version of Hiddleston's Loki, which I thought was cool. And he's kind of running these folks. Everybody's turning on each other. He's the president of this group, but then they betrayed him. That was the big joke, right? Loki's always betray. But the big question at hand here is, does Tom Hiddleston's Loki love this Sylvie character, vice versa? Are they going to betray each other, or are they actually going to work together to do this thing? Well, in this episode, it looked like they came together. They were able to enchant the big smoke, being, which, Sylvie's theory is this thing is just blocking whatever it is they don't want us to know about, right? If they don't want you to go to the big scary thing, that's probably where they're hiding the most secret thing, which is, really smart if you think about it. Like, you make everybody really afraid of this thing. Never go to it. It'll kill you. But if you can get past it, you might learn everything. Well, both Loki and Sylvie enchant this thing, whatever that means. I guess just means like mind controlled it, right? That's what she's been doing to people throughout the series. So for her, enchanting just means I'm gonna like put my magic in this thing's brain and like chill it out for a second. And that's what she does. She opens it up, and there's a big mansion that looks like it's like kind of in a nice area, like a lot of greenery. I don't know if there's a rainbow, but it was definitely like very glowy. And there was like a tower, like a golden looking tower. Maybe you comic book fans out there are sitting here like shaking your head like, dude, don't you know what all this is? I don't know what it is. I don't know who it is. The big theories that I keep hearing that it's easy to be drawn to are, is this another Loki? Like, is there another Loki that's kind of doing all of this? I don't think so. I think this is going to be more of like a new villain being introduced. Or we'll meet someone in the early part of the episode 6, the finale, and then it'll turn out to even be like, one more above that. That's a big Marvel move, right? Here's the villain in the movie or show, but really, there was this bigger villain behind it. Could be something like that. I just have no idea. I'm very excited to see it. This episode did get me kind of jazzed up for the series again. 3 and 4 just kind of, making me feel a little lukewarm. But, I have some theories about this. We're going to explore how I feel about the show a lot deeper with the Giggler tonight. He comes over today, and then watch for that episode coming out Monday. So we'll do a full review, episodes 1 through 5. But, that was episode 5. Fresh take overall, give it a very high energy level, move the story along. Got to see some other versions of Loki, which was really cool. That actor that played older Loki, hats off to that guy. Really cool. I wanted to know so much more about that storyline. Like, give me this guy's life. The kid Loki, his nexus point was that he killed Thor. Thought that was cool. You're definitely playing to all these audiences. I feel like Kid Loki's a lot he's in the cartoons a lot, so I'm sure kids are super excited about this. I don't know. Episode 6 is gonna have to bring it home for me. Let's just put it that way. I'm pretty excited. And then, man, tomorrow, Thursday, July 8th, watching Black Widow in theaters. Me and Carrie and the Giggler and Steph, we're do a little group thing, and we're going to go see it, and that means you can count on us talking about it when we record next week. So, full review of Black Widow coming up. Loki's wrapping up. Watch for that. And, guys, go check out the website if you haven't already. All the stuff, all MCU, all the time. mostlysuperheroes.com/MCU. All of our reviews are there, all of our breakdowns, the connections, the order of the movies. If you need help watching the MCU films, you have a place to send your friends now. You send them that MCU page. It's like, here's the order. Here's how we watch them. I think it's the best way. And yeah, we're kind of experts at this point. We hope you're having fun. Thanks for subscribing to the show. Turn on those podcast alerts so you know when there are new episodes of Mostly Superheroes, and tell a friend. We appreciate you fans. We'll see you in the Facebook group. We'll see you online, and we'll see you next week. Trying to think if there's any other updates for today's bonus episode. I think that's all we got. Black Widow, Loki, more DC rewatches coming up, and we'll see you next week, guys. Have a great night. Take it easy.